Hello everyone, Kate here from Keight Krafts, sharing with you another project for Hollow Tree Hobbies. Let's get started. So to kick things off, I have gone ahead and taken some of the favorite flannel and I've gone ahead and cut them down to about a half an inch and 2 inches. Now these were just scraps that I'd had in my stash that I thought I would use up, and I've gone ahead and added some tape runner, and now we're going to add some glue for some double stick. So I'll take my little card panel here and I will line this up as best as I can, and then we'll give that a good mash down. So once we've got that, we will add the same glue to the little half-inch strip here, and then once we have the amount of adhesion we want, we will go ahead and line that up as well to the bottom. So once I'm satisfied with the placement, I will give that a good mash down as well. So next I have the stitched strawberry frame, and I've gone ahead and cut that out of some 110 cardstock, and we are going to glue that right down onto our card base there. And then I have gone ahead and cut it out again out of the red stripes and sprinkles paper, and gone ahead and colored that in with some red alcohol markers, and then we've added some glue to the back, and I'm just going to tuck that right into the center of that white. So since I've gone ahead and cut that out of the stripes and sprinkles, I've gone ahead and added a little bit of thin foam tape to prop this up. Now originally I was going to make a shaker card, but I forgot the acetate, so we're going to improvise here. So off camera I've gone ahead and colored a few images for today's card, and we are using some images from the Berry Special Stamp Set. So I've got the strawberry patch here, and then we are going to bring in the little leaf top for the strawberry from the strawberry frame. Now this could go either way, it could go up, it could go down, but today we are going to have the little leaves pointing down, and I've added a little bit of foam strips to keep everything level as possible. So once we've got that, we are going to take the little mouse with the overalls from the Berry Special Stamp Set. And just a little tidbit, if you have the Apple-solutly Awesome stamp set, there's another little mouse with overalls in it, and he is the flip-flop or the mirror image of the one from the berry. So if you've got the berry one and you got the apple one, you've got yourself a flip-flop stamp, which is pretty cool in my book. So again, we've got another little piece from the berry set. I've gone ahead and taken the little pint and glued in my strawberries. We're going to tuck some separate strawberries into the center there, adding a little bit of glue, no foam strips. This is just going to lie flat on there. And then we are going to go ahead and add a little bit of a foam strip to this guy, and he's going to be propped up at the bottom there. So next we are going to glue onto our card base, and you can see I cut the strawberry out of the center, and nobody's going to see that. So instead of using an entire piece of paper, which is cut down to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, I've gone ahead and cut out the center to be able to use on the front of the card, so it kind of matches, if you know what I mean. So with my glue and my double stick of tape runner, we're going to line that up as best as we can, just so you get that little border around the edge of our card. So I had this extra piece here and I wasn't sure what I was going to do, and I was kind of winging it at this point. I had a general idea of what I wanted to do, and then it was just a matter of filling in spaces. So as I was building this card, it was just kind of coming to me as it was coming together. So I've gone ahead and cut out Berry out of the Oliver's ABC stitched letters, and then I am just kind of gluing them down, not really keeping them lined up, just a little messy. These would also look good if you line them up as well, and if this was a shaker. And if you do decide to recreate this as a shaker, down below in the description box, I've gone ahead and listed a few alternatives that you could use for shaker bits, which I thought would work really nice. Oh, and here is where we risk everything. If you know me, I am not a freehand stamper. I am not skilled in it. It's not muscle memory to me. So I needed to add something to that berry, and I'd already gone ahead and added all my images, so I'm just kind of testing out on a scrap piece of paper and kind of holding my breath as I go ahead and stamp this in. So it says, "You are very special." So once I've got that done and I didn't drop anything on the card or wreck it, we're just going to add a little bit of the vine embellishments to the top because it's looking a little bit bare up there. And if you are interested in anything that I am using in today's video, I will make sure to leave links to the HoloTree Hobbies website down below. And while I'm on that topic, of course, if you would like to check out their website, they also have a blog as well as a Facebook page and an Instagram page. So if you're interested in following along, it would be great if you headed over to any of those sites and gave them a follow because we'd really appreciate it. So back to the card here. So I've got a bit of the vines kicking around that I'd cut out, and I ended up cutting out a couple of extra ones, and this is of course out of the favorite flannel, and I'm just cut some of them down just so I could tuck in every which way, and I'm just kind of winging this as I go. I'm going to cut that little top off there and kind of make it look like it's supposed to be like that. Then I'll cut off a leaf and see how I like that. And then once I think I'm okay with it, we're gonna cut that little bit off right there. And then we're gonna glue this down like this, and then I'm just gonna glue down that little leaf on top just to give it a bit of a different look. That's the fun part about the die cutting of paper is that you can cut it apart and add it every which way you want. The stamps are a little bit different. So once I'm satisfied with that, we are going to go ahead and we are going to paint all inside with some Winkostella. Now, I probably should have done this beforehand, but as I said earlier, this was just a card that kind of spoke to me. I was building it as I was going along. I had a general idea in my head and kind of had to take a left when I realized I didn't put any acetate on my little shaker, like the window there. So this is what we've got. So I'm just taking again that Winkostella and I'm going across the berry, which I've colored with alcohol marker in yellow, and giving that a little bit of a twinkle. And once I'm satisfied with the amount of sparkle that we have all over there, we are going to write HoloTree Hobbies onto our card base here. And then we are going to take our panel and we are going to glue around the edges just so they don't lift up or get caught when you're trying to shove it in the envelope. We'll grab a little bit of tape runner for some double stick just in case this doesn't adhere right away. We'll line everything up as best as we can, give that a good mash down, and then we're going to take this little tiny piece of vine that I found on my desk, and I'm just going to take that and I'm going to add a little bit of glue. And I'm going to tuck it into that little blank spot up there, and that just kind of ties in everything together. So here you have my finished card. I really hope that you enjoyed today's project. I encourage you to head over to HoloTree Hobbies, and as always, thanks for hanging out with me today. Take care.